Hi, hello. I just wanted to talk about the social influence and how it affects the psychology of a person. So, uh, how far you are affected by the social influence in your personality, in your personal life or social life, how you are accepting the social influence. So you have to aware how much you are influenced by others in decision making. The decision making in your life, it should be of yours, not from others. Okay, we can understand if your immediate family member or a trusted friend is giving you some solutions, that you can understand. But yes, for some opinions in general, in that you have to take your own decision. If your instinct, if your mind is saying what is right and what is wrong, you have to just stick into the right which your mind is saying, not by the influence of others, or else just you are going along with the mob. Like for an example, if any issue is happening, if the instead of going with the mob or with the majority, what your mind says, you have to stick into it. For an example, if any incident or if any current issues are happening, so if the majority of people are supporting a view which you are not, but for to get along with the mob, you are just trying to fit into them. First, you have to be aware of what is social influences. Social influence, we can refer it to as the way in which individual or groups can change the attitude, beliefs, and behaviors of others. So the social influence have a great impact in one's life. So if you are getting influenced by someone else, yes, definitely uh, you are going to adapt their behavior. So it is a perceived force in human interactions and plays a critical role in shaping societal norms, cultural practices, and individual decision making. Okay, individual decision making, that I have said before, it can be like you can take the opinion of your trusted ones or your close people. That is okay, but for the social norms and for the cultural practices is also something which we can be like inside our culture, which our forefathers, our ancestors were following, that we can get influenced. It has right things. But some source, like if you're totally completely not agreeing with someone, and just because of the influence you are getting, God have given you a healthy and working brain to work, to think, not to get influenced by others. You have your own opinion, you are having your own decision which you have to follow, not following others just for the to be like accepted in that group or that community. If you have something else, if your thoughts are something different from the entire people of the community or the group, you have to follow your instinct, what your mind or what your brain is saying, instead of following others. It will just harm your mental well-being. Just if you are having some different opinion, you have to follow that, instead of following others for just for the acceptance or to be involved in that group. So you have your own brain which you have to use for thoughts, instead of getting influenced. There will be two phases of any situation. If you Before jumping into any conclusion, just do research, just do study, just understand the real scenarios and then act. Don't just get influenced by someone else. If it is a majority of a group who is going to any protest or any strikes or any kind of antisocial elements, any kind of antisocial activities, just to be in that, just to be like accepted, just to get receive the acceptance, before harming anyone or before harming the public property, to be like getting along with the antisocial elements, you are just causing difficulty to yourself. You just think what you are doing and what is right and what is wrong. You have to take the decision. If your mind is saying what you are doing wrong, you have to accept it. not like just ignoring that and going and embracing the thing which is not in your cultural norms. There are some cultures which is like they know only the language of violence. They will do anything to get attracted or to get attention, and to for if it is violent also. If it is not there in your culture, for what reason you are going and involving with them or getting influenced by them? This kind of behavior is called compliance, the act of going along with a request or suggestion made by another person, or just getting influenced by them. You must be feeling it as good. You must be feeling it as you are doing some heroism by involving with the antisocial, but it is not. You are not. You are not taking any right decision, and you are just jumping along with them, and you are creating problems to yourself and to the society and to the country itself. Just realize what you are doing. It is good or wrong. For everything, there's a good and bad phase. The bad phase you are not seeing. What is hidden, you are not seeing. You are just getting influenced by the antisocial elements, and you are trying to damage the public properties, which is not a. There is a kind of social influence identification where you are trying to copy others, or just you are becoming like them, or you just find them as your role model, and you are just imitating their behavior for a temporary basis, not for a permanent, but for a temporary basis. You are becoming like them, and your behavior is also like them, and finally it will not take you anywhere. You will be like getting influenced by that. It can be negative also, or positive. There are no chance, but okay, it can be like for a temporary, at least for a temporary basis, at least you are behaving like them, which is not from your culture. It must be not there in your culture or in your social norms, but just you saw something happened, and just you are trying to imitate them, and you are adapting their behavior in a temporary basis. When that incident gets over, you have to get out of it, or you have to try to get out of it, or else it will harm your nature, your behavior and your character, and it will be not accepted in your social norms. So just think about your instinct, what's going in your mind, what is your cultural aspect, before getting influenced by some other people or from some other culture which is not there in your community or in your society. Violent behavior is accepted in some societies, which is not worldwide accepted, but yeah, in some places and in some culture it has been accepted, but most of the culture it won't. So if you are not from that culture or not from that background, if you are behaving like that, or you are getting influenced by it, just you get rid of it, or else it will harm your psychological and mental well-being. Thanks a lot.